Hey guys, today we are going to reinstall or do the rebuild kit on these Girling calipers for the 65 Amazon. And as you can see, I've prepped them to do the color scheme of the car, which is going to be like blue and yellow. So show you how to put these back together, showed you how to get a stuck one out without having to ruin the caliper. So we'll start with the single piston first. And what we're going to want to do, you're going to want to lube this with what's going to be in there because you don't want to contaminate your brake fluid. So we'll get this all lubed, then we'll stick it in the lower groove. Just like that. Alrighty, we're all good there. Oh, get some down there just so it doesn't rust, because it might be a few days before I get to the other side. So that's all lubed. Now, we've got this dust seal, as you see here. And it's got a groove here, or whatever you want to call it. But that's going to sit on the top groove here. And then, of course, you know, you've got this. And this will be riding along this edge to try to keep everything clean. But actually, when all said and done, piston's going in like that, so it's going to be sitting in this groove. So to make sure everything slides good, Lex, get a little lube on that. And we will get this in place, or attempt to. Doesn't sit in by much, so you're definitely going to want to make sure that it's seated in there properly. It's just got this very, very small lip that's going in there. And make sure it doesn't pull up. Run a finger along, make sure it's nice and flat. Alrighty, so that looks like what it needs to be. Alrighty, let's get a coating on this nice piston. And we'll use the screwdriver. Make sure we're not pressing it down in. So we'll try to pull it up onto the piston. right. So we should be good, I believe. Yep, that will possibly move in. Ready? Let's get a little bit of pressure. There we go. She pushed in. Now let's get this dust seal, the top part. We'll pull that out and then push it into the groove. So we're out. Now just take your finger and it should go right in as you rotate it around. There we go. There is the piston installed on the single. So now we can move on to the double. Now, I will say that I already installed the square style O-rings in there. So now it's just going to be the boot. So same thing as before, but now you've got two of them. Although this looks like it's a bit thicker, so they should stay in a little better is my guess. Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like this one. This one's a lot easier to manipulate. Oh yeah. And just checking. Looks like it is all in. Alrighty, so we'll do the same procedure. That you did on the other one. So, get some brake fluid on this. And now this does appear to be a bit tighter than the other one. This one may prove to be a little bit more difficult. Did we get it? Oh, looks like we did. Alrighty, so we got that stretched right around the piston. I'll bring it closer here. As you can see, got that stretched around it, so now we should be able to push that in. There we go. And it slid right into the groove, as it should, as you can see. Now for the other one. So it looks like the double one, the rubber's a lot tighter. You may struggle a little bit more with it. Alrighty. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to gently pull that rubber up, get the piston started. And I'm pushing down as I work the screwdriver around. There we go. We are around it. So now, there we go. It's centered. Push it down. There we go, guys. There we go. Our pistons are installed. Alrighty. So now we will put them back together and load them up. So screws are going to screw into this portion. The holes are threaded. And here we want to make sure the surfaces are clean so it's got a good tight fit. And brake fluid's passing from the main section into here through these holes. So it'd probably be a good idea to replace those O-rings, which I have somewhere. Here we go. Get a little fluid on them, make sure they're well lubed. Alrighty. two halves together. We've got longer and bigger diameter bolts on the inside and shorter ones on the outside. I don't know if you can see the difference or not. So, short ones there. But, I don't know. It won't be a daily driver, so I want things to be easy. So we will anti-seize everything. I always like the copper anti-seize myself. I don't know about the rest of you guys. Alrighty. So we have got that. Don't remember what I've got here. Believe yep, that is a, what have we got? 14 millimeter on the smaller outside bolts. Now for that one, I believe it's a 16 or 17. Not a 17. We do have a 16 by half-inch drive. Alrighty, there we go. We've spun some paint off. Alrighty. So there we go, the two halves are together. Now, we can do the pins and the pads. So, we've got a new install kit. which is going to be pad springs, our pins, which also have a cotter pinhole. Let's see. And those, even though it says it's for it, doesn't look like it is proper. Let's compare it to the old ones. Alrighty, here's the old pins. Yep, that kit does not work. Look at the difference. Guess we're gonna go with the old pins. So much for the new stuff. And also, if we take a look here, here's the old springs, and this is the springs in the kit. I mean, granted, that may not make a difference, but definitely those pins will not work. So, here's our pads. I do not remember which way they go. It might not make a difference, but we will go this way for now. And we'll also make sure that the hole's up so that we can easily put the cotter pin in after. And I think with the caliper paint, probably shouldn't have painted these sides right here because the pads are sticking a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to end the video for now in a minute here. And show you what I'm going to do. I am going to take the paint off right here and on the inside edge so that the pads can freely move because the tolerance is too tight. There's not a lot of play there. And having that painted apparently is an issue. So that's it for tonight. You got the gist of it. Catch you later.